This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 FM and iTalk1067.com. Also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Beamer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and worldwide on iTalk1067.com.
Welcome, everybody. A very good welcome from the Chief ALCHESAY Arena in White River, Arizona, as the Winslow Bulldogs will travel down the road a bit to face the ALCHESAY Falcons in this senior night, as the girls' game went a little long, but that's okay, as the boys now take their turn to play a little basketball. We've got about 3.5 minutes as we're set to bring you the Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. And Mr. Anselmo, my partner tonight, is actually still talking to the coaches, trying to get a little bit of an update on what's going on. So as far as we know, both teams are healthy. It doesn't look like there's anyone on the bench, but I'll get a little bit more of an update with him as we're going to go. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. Summit Regional Medical Center has everything your athlete needs to get you back in the game. Summit Regional Medical Center. Next, we have our Ace Hardware pregame show. Ace Hardware has a 24/7 locksmith. The next time you're locked out of your car or just need a key replaced any hour of the day or night, any night of the week, call Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholo. As we get set for this battle, and this has some implications as far as the play-in game is concerned, as my partner is now done visiting with the coaches, so I'm going to actually back up a little bit. Randall, our Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center injury report. Anything of significance?
Not really. There's no injuries from ALCHESAY. With Winslow, they had 3 guys that are sick, and they did not make the trip.
So Winslow is actually down 3. Do we know which 3 those are?
No, he did. Benton did not give me those.
Okay, that's okay. So that is more than I thought, folks, as I got by the ALCHESAY bench, but I didn't get a chance to get by the Winslow bench in there. Their team does look a little bit light. However, if they have Isaac David, anything is possible. So, Randall, you've talked to both coaches. Keys to the game, what do you got for us?
Okay, so talking with Kyle with ALCHESAY.
That's Kyle Goplish, the head coach.
That's correct. He mentioned that he wants to get the containment of certain players that seem to be extremely hot during the game. He wants to push the ball. He wants to push, and we've kind of talked about that in the girls' game. The other thing, there's 2 more things. Rebounding. Rebounding seems to keep coming up in almost every coach's key points is the rebounding. And the number one that he really wants to do is he wants to make sure that he's defending against that 3-point. They cannot allow to shoot from that 18-foot mark.
Now, did he mention anything about controlling Isaac David?
Yes, and that was part of that containment, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and that's what he wants to do. Now, talking to Winslow, Benton said that he goes, we have got to work harder on defense. He goes, he's got to intensify his team. They got to stay focused. And guess what he said? Rebounding. He's got to get the rebounds, and they need to capitalize off of that.
Well, folks, get set for a good one as we count down our Ace Hardware pregame show. Ace Hardware is a 24/7 locksmith. Anytime you're locked out of your car, day or night, or just need a key made any hour of the week, any night of the week, any hour of the day. Call Ace Hardware in Pine Top, Overguard, and Sholo. Folks, we're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to go over the starting lineups, and we're going to get set to bring you this game action. So that concludes our Summit Healthcare injury report and our Ace Hardware pregame. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as Winslow goes down their starting lineups. As they have Bia, Panana, Curtis, I'm sure David will be in there. And from Blue Ridge High School at the end of the first quarter, Snowflake leads the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets 11-6. And that's going to be number 40, Jay Smith. So Bia, Panana, Curtis, David, and Smith round out the top five for the Winslow Bulldogs. As Randall, before we get going and talk a little bit, Kyle Goklish, the coach of the ALCHESAY Falcons, he left and then he came back, and the ALCHESAY Falcons are a better program when he's in charge of it. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree. Kyle is an amazing coach.
And he's an amazing person, that first and foremost.
Absolutely. He is outstanding. He's got a great personality. I've refereed for him for years, and I was kind of saddened to see him step away for the year that he was gone, but I am absolutely tickled pink now that he's back.
Let me tell you what I see in Coach Goklish. He has got his game face on tonight.
Yes,
he is
does.
ready to go. When I was listening to you or watch you talk to him, and as I walked by and he shook my hand, he's got his game face on. As Adrian Dosala gets the starting, and Randall, I thought we were about 80% capacity. We're about 85, 90% capacity, and it is loud in here.
It absolutely is. There's more people in the upper bleachers on the far side away from our table that we can see, but that's the one great thing about Chief ALCHESAY Arena is this thing can actually keep in the noise, and it gets deafening, and sometimes you can't hear our whistles because it's just so loud.
Well, and speaking of whistles, give us a little bit about the officiating crew.
All right, so tonight, throwing the ball up tonight is going to be Jake Udall, and U1 is going to be Greg Chavez Jr., and U2 is going to be Jonah Beach. We've got a great crew here. These guys are on their mark, so this should be a great game.
That gets us started for our Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state, Northland Pioneer College, now offering bachelor's degrees in business and education. Locations in Navajo, Apache County, Northland Pioneer College. As Smith puts up a long three, and that is no good. Is one advantage we've had, Randall, is we've called these Winslow Bulldogs a few times. We've gotten to know the faces and the names, but we've got to talk about Isaac David and what he's done for this ball club.
You know, he is an outstanding player for the Winslow Bulldogs. Not taking any credit away from anybody else.
No, absolutely not.
But he is an outstanding player, and that was one of the key points that Kyle was talking about, is he wants to contain him and keep his points down, and they should be able to match or beat this team.
Well, now here's Texas James with the ball, and Texas throws it a long way, and that goes out of bounds, intended for Antonio, Max Antonio. 0-0, 7 minutes and 16 seconds left. And Randall, which team tonight is going to control the pace of this game?
You know, I've refereed both these teams, and I can tell you, I think ALCHESAY is going to be the one that actually controls and contains the time on this thing and the pace of this thing.
There's a miss by Panana. It is rebounded by the Falcons. Now here come the Falcons. As James has the ball, number one, we're going to whistle. We're going to get a travel. And that is going to be a travel on Kosei, number 32. And we look at oh, yeah, did you see that on the replay?
I did not.
And it just took that extra slide step, as now Bia brings the ball up for the Winslow Bulldogs. Bia over to Smith. Smith now inside to David. David at the top of the key. David now back over to Bia. Bia drives back out to Panana. Inside to David. David back out to... That is Bia, no good. David rebound. David puts it up and in. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a foul. They're going to call that on the ground. And that's going to be on Texas James. As Randall, we look here, and we're dropped off this Texas James. We're calling it a fan, but it's like a rooting. Like we're going to hold that up and root for Texas, but we're going to stay unbiased. There's a 3-point by Panana. No good. And the rebound is Bia. Bia rips it away from Yazzie. Now there's Smith. Smith drives. Smith puts a shot up. No good. Rebound, Brett Kosei. Here come the Falcons. Antonio with the ball. Antonio whistle and we get a foul. And I believe that's going to be on number 30, and that is Curtis. Whistle, we're getting a foul on the arm. Ball to the Falcons. Antonio to rebound, or Antonio to inbound. ALCHESAY with the turnover. Now David with the ball. David throws it forward to Curtis. Curtis back to Smith. Smith now to Curtis. Curtis over on the far side to Panana. Panana drives, puts it up. That's going to be good. Isaac Panana with the first points of the ball game for him tonight. ALCHESAY inbound. Winslow putting on some pressure. Dosela passes. Now to number 1, James. James over to Antonio. Antonio in, out. Back out on top to James. James back to Antonio at the top of the key. Now he gives it to Yazzie at the 28-foot line. Yazzie now goes over to the far side. Back in the hands of Antonio. Antonio just inside, the half-court circle. Back out to number 30, Yazzie. Yazzie knocks it away, but ends up in the hands of 1. Inside to number 12. That is Dosela. Falcons' first 2 points of the ball game.
Now, if you're just seeing what was going on here, it looked like Winslow was kind of keeping them on the outside, but ALCHESAY was actually bringing them out so they could make that play to get that layup.
And here goes Smith. Smith puts it up. No good. Rebound, David. David puts it up. David's first points of the ball game. And Isaac David, every time we've covered him, Randall, he has impressed me with everything he does offensively and defensively. As there's Texas James with the ball. Now in the corner, and that's an air ball by Dosela. Rebound, Curtis. Curtis back to Smith, and Smith's going to travel. And I want to look at that. Oh, yeah, he did. He picked up that ball. Great call by Mr. Udall. As we have advantage of replay, I wasn't sure, but now that I see it, that was a great call by Mr. Udall, our head referee tonight. Here's James with the ball. James back to Dosela. Now to Antonio. Over to Duncan. Duncan checking in the ball game. To Yazzie. Yazzie now to the top of the key. Yazzie back to Dosela, or Antonio. To Yazzie. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Back to James. James inside to Antonio. Knocked away. Bulldogs with the ball. Here comes Panana forward to Smith. Smith over to David. David now fighting his way in. David puts it up. Left-handed layup, no good. Whistle, and we're going to get a foul. As I'm not sure if David's going to be shooting. He is. He is going to go to the line.
Coming in for the Bulldogs, Joseph Lee. For the Falcons, number 25.
No, it is going to be on the ground. I got to erase my free throws on my book as Bia is going to inbound the ball for the Bulldogs. As now that's stolen by the Falcons. That's forward to James. James had that ball roll around, but it does eventually drop. 4-4. Here come the Winslow Bulldogs back on offense. Panana with the ball. Great defense being played by the Falcons here in this first quarter. Here's Bia. Bia to the top of the key. Bia now looks. Bia inside to David. David at the free throw line. David back out to Bia. Bia now with the ball at the top of the key. Inside to David. David spin move. Jump shot. Off the back. No good. Rebound. That's Panana eventually gets the rebound as that was tipped by about 5 different people. Panana. Jump shot from the edge. No good. Inside to Curtis. Curtis with the foul. As we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a foul. Curtis going to go to the line to put in a chance to put in 2 free throws. And the ALCHESAY faithful not liking that one. And everybody, Randall, who is anything with high school sports needs to experience
Go for it.
Northland basketball. at some point like this.
Absolutely. They need to go to a Holbrook game when they're playing Chinle, Winslow. They need to come to a game. Winslow, ALCHESAY. The atmosphere is just so electric. It's electrifying. It's just an amazing place to be able to watch ball.
These arenas we have, I mean, I hear some people talk about Indiana and how they do their basketball, but there's something special about Northern Arizona where we both call home. As now ALCHESAY has the ball. That's going to be Truex with the ball. Truex is going to give it to Dossala. Dossala over to Texas James. Back to Dossala. That's inside to number 35, and I don't actually have 35. I'm going to have to get that one. As there's a long court pass forward to number 20, and that is Joseph Lee. Joseph Lee puts it up for 2. 7-4 advantage.
So I can tell you, Mom and Dad out of Texas, they watch these games, and when I talk to them, they tell me that they absolutely think that this is the best stuff to do, is to sit and watch high school basketball, and they're from Texas and they're watching tonight. And the thing is if they could come to such an arena such as this, it would just absolutely elevate their excitement for the game.
As Dossala puts one in, we have Winslow with the shot. That's no good. Rebound is being fought for. David had it, but it was knocked out of David's hands, and it's going to belong to the Winslow Bulldogs. And I got to get, Randall, I don't have number 35 on my roster. I thought I double-checked, but let me look real quick to see who it is.
Okay.
I'm not seeing a 35 in the book. Oh, there it is right there. His name's Kevin, so number 35's name is Kevin. That's what we're going to go with. I'll get a... Randall, I'm going to ask some of these people to take over for me for a second. I'm going to find out.
All right, so we have an out-of-bounds play. He's going to go up for a shot. Looks like it was blocked. Here they come. Falcons coming down.
35 is Kevin Goodek. Thank you, Randall, for that. Number 25, that is Micah Truex, takes the ball. Now the ball ends up in the hands of Cole. Cole drives it. He has knocked away by Panana. No, that is not Panana. That is Acathy. As the ball goes out of bounds, and as quick as the Bulldogs had it, they lose it again. And advantage is going to go back to the ALCHESAY Falcons. That's going to be Dossala.
And that was just off his fingertips, just out of reach.
Here's Dossala with the ball. Dossala forward, Kieran Duncan. And that's going to be number 25 as an assist came from Duncan. And that's going to be Truex. Puts it up 8-7. ALCHESAY up 1 point in a pretty exciting first quarter. As here's David back to Smith. Smith drives, Smith puts it up. No. Smith's called for the travel. As it's going to go back to the ALCHESAY Falcons with 45 seconds left.
Now we're sitting at an 8-7 ball game, 1 point ball game, Huey. And let me tell you, this is an exciting ball game. This is a fast-paced ball game. It's up and down, up and down.
8-7. Cole with the ball. Now over to the hands of Truex. Back to Dossala. Inside to Goodek. Goodek to Duncan, back to Goodek. Now we're going to have a three-point shot. That is good. That is number 25, Truex. And that is a Comfort Fit Denture. Three-point shot. 11-7 advantage Falcons in this first quarter. Here comes Winslow with Nez. Now to David. Over to Acathy. Back to Smith. Smith puts up a long three-point shot. No good. And the quarter is going to end. We're going to go ahead and take a break. Your first quarter score, the Falcons 7. The Falcons 11. Bulldogs 7. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Welcome back to Show Forge presentation of high school basketball, and this is the Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off at the college with the lowest tuition in the state. That's Northland Pioneer College, locations in Navajo and Apache County, now offering business degrees and bachelor's degrees in business and education. Northland Pioneer College, as that's going to be Docela putting up 2 points in this quarter to start off things for the Winslow Bulldogs, now up 13-7. As we have a 3-point shot, and I didn't see who made that. I believe that was number 30, and that's Curtis hitting a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot. That cuts the lead 13-10.
Hey, Aaron, I'm going to have to correct you. I don't see a 30 on the court. Yes, there is.
As there's a fast break, and that's Kevin Goodek driving for 2 points, and we're getting a whistle, and we're getting a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it to the Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back to Show Forge presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com. 7:06 left. Falcons up 15-10 in the second quarter here. Winslow with the ball to inbound under the ALCHESAY basket. Opposite end, Panana's going to inbound to Bia. Bia's going to bring up the ball. Bia's over the time stripe. Here goes Bia. Bia drives the lane. Bia puts it in about a 7-foot jumper. No good. Rebound Falcons. Falcons, Docela with the ball. Docela forward to Goodek. Goodek sends it over to Cole. That's no good. Rebound is Goodek. He gets it. Has his chances twice. Is no good. Now here come the Falcons. Bia with the ball. Bia to Panana, back to Bia. Bia looking for Curtis. Curtis back to Bia at the 28-foot line. Now inside to David. We're going to get a whistle. There's going to be a foul on David. It's going to be the first team foul, and they're calling David on the ground, not in the act of shooting. Rebound Panana, Panana into David. Alley-oop, and that's going to be good. Isaac David putting it in for 2 points, and that cuts the lead 15-12 for the Bulldogs. Falcons on top. Docela bringing up the ball. Docela sends it over to Cole. Cole now puts it in the hands of Truax. Back to Cole. To Docela. Now to Truex at the 28-foot line. He's double teamed. Sends it inside to Cole. Cole drives, puts one up from the outer edges of the key, and that one's going to drop. And that one's going to be Docela for another 2 points. That's Docela's 8th point of the night, and that sets Micah Yazzie to check in. Smith with the ball. As that one's going to be stolen by the Falcons, and that's going to be Docela going down for a fast break, but he hasn't knocked away. Now Winslow somehow ends up with the ball, down 17-12. Winslow looking to create something as that's Smith. Smith drives. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get offensive foul on Smith. Now Randall. Look at the replay. That absolutely seemed like an offensive foul from my end.
Hey, yeah, I'm not gonna argue with that. And let me tell you something. You know, a lot of people don't understand the offensive charge. You can be on the ground. You can be moving as long as you have established the guarding position, the legal guarding position, and you can take that charge.
Falcons up 17-12 as they get the ball back after the inbound. As that ends up in the hands of Goodek. And Goodek gets a travel called, and now Bia is going to inbound the ball in one of those 4 positions you talked about. Bia inbounds the ball, and that's going to be to Panana. Panana. Now over to Bia. Bia looks for a 3-point shot. No good. Rebound is by number 42 of the Falcons, Duncan. Here come the Falcons with the ball. James with the ball. James over to Dossala. Dossala, layup no good. Rebound out of bounds, and it's going to stay. It was tipped out by the Winslow Bulldogs. Max Antonio checking back in. He checks in for Dossala. Dossala, our high point leader on the night with 8. And Randall, David is going to have to get involved in this game to get the Bulldogs back and cut this 5-point lead down.
Yes.
As there's a 3-point shot, no good by Antonio. Bulldogs rebound. David has it now, given forward to Panana. Panana pushing forward to Smith. Smith puts up a 3-point shot. That's going to be no good. Rebound is handled by Goodek. He gets it in, but it's lost now on the pass to Duncan. Inside to Smith. Smith puts it back up and in. And that's Smith with 2 points for the Bulldogs. 27-10, the halftime score from Blue Ridge High School. The Lobos over the Blue Ridge Yellow Jackets. ALCHESAY with the ball, up 17-14. Yazzie with the ball on the far side. Now stolen. Panana and Smith down the court. That's no good. Smith gets the ball back. Now Smith looking to put it back up. Smith kisses it off. And Smith with his back-to-back points for the evening right there. ALCHESAY leads cut to 1, 17-16. 4 minutes left in this half. Now Antonio has it. Antonio over to Texas James. James back to Antonio. Antonio inside to Duncan. Duncan now to Yazzie. Yazzie to Texas James. Comfort Fit Denture. 3-point shot by Texas James. That is a very loud Comfort Fit Dentures. And we have an official timeout as Mr. Chavez allows time for Smith to tie his shoe, and that's going to allow Judah Yazzie to check in the game. And
The shot coming in number 2 for the Falcons, Judah Yazzie.
Smith inbounds to Bia for the Bulldogs. 20-16 now after that 3-point shot by James. Bia with the ball. Bia now drives to his right. Now back to the top of the key over to Smith. Smith inside to David. David to Panana. Panana free throw jumper. No good. Rebound Texas James. James trying to slow it up a little bit. Now James pushing it forward. Up 20-16. Inside to number 15. That is Max Antonio for 2 points. Here comes Winslow down 22-16. Panana with the ball. Panana over to Bia. Bia 3-point shot. No good. Rebound Texas James. Smith contests him. Now James pushes it forward to Yazzie. Yazzie inside to Antonio. Antonio 2-point shot. Max Antonio 24-16. We're going to get a whistle. We're getting a timeout. It'll be a 4. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back, Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as the Winslow Bulldogs took the timeout. They bring the ball down the court after the inbounds, and that's going to be a quick Isaac David, 2 points with a chance to add to it. That cuts the lead to 24-16 as David goes to the line to get a chance to cut it some more. And Randall, when David made that shot and was fouled, pin dropped.
Pin dropped. It went dead silent.
And so obviously it's a hometown ALCHESAY crowd, but the Winslow crowd sitting behind the bench on their side isn't making a ton of noise or not making much of an effort or We just can't hear him, and they're being drowned out as David makes the free throw. Now down 5, 24-19. Here come the Falcons. James sends it over the time stripe. Over to Antonio. Antonio back to James. James to Yazzie. Yazzie now working on the far side. Yazzie back to Antonio. Antonio now to his left. Back to Yazzie. Inside to Goodick, who sends it out to James. James, three-point shot. No good. Rebound, Curtis. Curtis, a dangerous pass to Smith. Smith now sends it back door to David. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a push-off, and that's going to be an offensive foul on David. And we look at the replay there, and I didn't see enough to know I know what the call was, but I think, here we go. He did push off with that hand.
He had an
Great call by
extension of
Mr.
that
Udall.
arm. And again, we have to look. If it might have been just kind of a nudge with his arm, that's one thing. But once he extends that arm, that's getting the advantage, and that's where you're going to get that foul.
David with the foul. That's the second team foul this quarter as it goes inside to, I believe that was Yazzie, and Yazzie has it knocked away. Here come the Bulldogs is forward to Bia. Bia to David. David has what I like to call the rim roll, and he puts it in for 2 points. As there comes James. James with the ball, and we have called James a lot. He may not be the high point getter, but he is doing a fantastic job, maybe in line for that last man of the game as Goodick puts it in. That's no good. Rebound was Yazzie. Yazzie sends it out to other Yazzie. Now James ends up back with it in the hands of 25 Truex. Now over to number 30 Yazzie. Back to Texas James. 17 seconds on the shot clock. To Antonio wearing number 15. Back to Goodick, back to Antonio, stolen by the Bulldogs. Here comes Panana. Panana now to Bia. Bia at the 28-foot line. Now to Panana, to David. David playing all that swingman roll. Sends it over to Smith. Smith, three-point bucket. Three-point attempt, no bucket. Rebound off the hands of Curtis, out of bounds. And it belongs to the ALCHESAY Falcons. 46 seconds left, 24-21. The Falcons over the Bulldogs at this point.
Oh, man.
As number 30, Yazzie is going to bring it in. James is going to take the ball handling duties. James sends it over. Now over to Micah Yazzie, number 30. Back to Dosala, wearing 12. Back to Yazzie, back to Dosala. To Dosala. Now in the hands of Duncan. We're going to whistle, and we're going to get a foul. No, it was out of bounds. We're going to get that, and it's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to belong to the Winslow Bulldogs. 24-21. ALCHESAY on top, 19 seconds left. And it's anybody's ball game right now because we have a whole nother half to play. Bia ends up the ball back to Smith, to Panana, to Curtis, back to Panana, back to Smith. 7 seconds. Shot clock is off. Into David. David tries to drive the lane. No good. Now David has it knocked away. That's Bia with the ball. That's going to be Panana. Panana tries to throw it up. That's going to be no good. That's going to leave our halftime score. ALCHESAY Falcons 21, Winslow Bulldogs 24. ALCHESAY Falcons, Winslow Bulldogs 21. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and we're going to come back and bring you our Honda City and Outdoor halftime show. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Hey, it's Joe Gargiulo from Horn Auto Center on the Deuce in Sholo. Everybody knows me as Joe G. So I have 2 grown kids. One of them's in school right now to be a firefighter. The other one works in a legal office. I enjoy walks with my wife. I have recently found coin collecting to be my newest interest. So I've been here at Horn Auto Center in the automotive industry for 10 years. I recently won the General Motors Mark of Excellence Award. I love helping my friends and family right here in this community, so I look forward to seeing you down here at Horn Auto Center real soon.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Love sports? Love being part of the action? Imagine having the best seat in the house, calling the plays, and connecting with fans. As a play-by-play announcer, you'll be the voice that brings the excitement to life. You'll network with athletes and coaches, sharpen your skills, and even travel to exciting venues. It's your chance to turn your passion for sports into a thrilling career. Ready to make it happen? Text the word sports to 928-434-0101 to apply now. Don't just watch the game, be the voice of it. Your dream job is calling.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
This is iTalk 1067's presentation of the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store halftime show.
Welcome back to Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. It's now time for our Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports Store halftime show for the best selection of hiking, camping, hunting, and fishing. You're going to the Honda Ski and Outdoor Stores north of Pine Top on Highway 260 just before you get to the Honda Casino. Honda Ski and Outdoor. Randall, first thoughts for this halftime show on the first half. First thoughts on the first half.
My first thoughts is I knew this was going to be a great ball game, and it's proving to be itself. I think the furthest spread point or point spread that we've had, I think, was 7 points.
7 or 8, yep.
And now we're within a 3-point lead. This thing, I'm telling you, it's going to come down to who's controlling the ball at the end of the game. What's going to allow the opponent to you have one of those days where you just lose your train of thought, and mine just went right out the window.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that.
However, let me just kind of point on some other things. By watching both of these teams, this ball has been up and down the court. It's been pushing, and that's exactly what Kyle was talking about. Kyle was wanting to push the ball. And
I've seen that when James has gotten the ball and James tries to push it down and push it forward. So I've seen that.
Yeah, so there's a lot on that. There's a lot on the defense. There's been a lot of defense. The rebounding, not a whole lot of there's turnovers, but man, I'm just not seeing them actually capitalizing on those turnovers. So we're still in the same thing, is they're just not capitalizing on the opportunities of turnovers.
Well, Randall, I actually like watching when teams run this transition game and they push. I think it makes for better basketball, but I also think it keeps defense a little bit more honest. I just like a lot of things about it. So I really like that, and I think that's how ALCHESAY is going to win this game, is they're going to dictate the pace of the game with that transition game. We've seen a couple times where James gets the rebound and he's down the court, and I'm surprised Winslow's getting back as far as they can. Winslow's getting back as fast as they can to get that taken care of. So we're 24-21 at halftime. We're not too much longer left. it's going to be interesting where we go from here. And my question is, who's going to step up for either team to keep this a ball game and then to bring out the win? As David, 4, 6, 8, David has 9 points. He leads all scorers, although Docila for the Falcons has 8 in that role. So, folks, we're going to take a little break, and we're going to come back and give you the rest of our halftime show, the Shola Forge presentation on the Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports halftime show of Northland Basketball on iTalk1067.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Welcome back to Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com as we continue our Honda Ski and Outdoor Store. As we get set to start the second half, we'll conclude our outdoor store by saying, Randall, these teams right now in the 3A rankings, ALCHESAY's 14th and Winslow's 19th. A win, even a loss by Winslow, should keep them in that cusp of that play-in game. And that is yet to be determined. And we're going to see, but it is extremely important for ALCHESAY because you got Snowflake at 12, 13 at Holbrook, 14 ALCHESAY, that they get this game tonight for that purpose. For the Bulldogs, you're looking for a little bit of pride. And but like we said, the 3A Copper, the Open, Valley Christian, Gilbert Christian, Phoenix Country Day, Ben Franklin, what I like to call the triple C's, the Christians, the Charters, and the Catholics. And we've got Valley Christian, Gilbert Christian, Phoenix Country Day, private, Ben Franklin Charter, Yuma Catholic, Santan Charter, Arizona Lutheran, North Valley Christian, Florence, the Gophers, Pima. So, but here we go with Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off the college with the lowest tuition in the state. Now offering bachelor's degrees in business and education, Northland Pioneer College. As Bia ends up with the ball, Bia sends it back to Panana. Winslow has the ball down 24-21, start of the second half. As now Smith gets it, Smith's going to get it. It's going to dribble out of bounds, and they are going to say that went off Smith's leg, and it's going to go out of bounds, and now it's going to belong to the ALCHESAY Falcons, up 24-21, 7 minutes and 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. As there's James, and James gets that ball, and we're going to look for him to see if he does what Coach Goldclish is, what his initial plan was, and that's to push it. Right now they don't seem to be pushing it. As the ball goes over to Antonio, back to Docila, over to James, back to Antonio. Now in the hands of Kosei, back to Kosei. Back to Antonio. Settled to Dasila. Dasila now dribbles over on the near side. Dasila to Antonio. Antonio back to Dasila, inside to Koale, excuse me. And that's no good. Rebound is out of bounds on the Falcons. Going to belong to the Winslow Bulldogs. Winslow down 24-21, 7:06 left to play here in the third quarter. Smith with the ball. Smith not in any hurry. Smith's met by Dasila. He brings it over the time stripe. As Smith's going to get whistled with a carry. And Randall, I'm going to watch that on replay, and I saw that one from here.
Yep.
As he got it just up on his side, and he didn't even argue very much as Mr. Chavez Jr. was right there to call that. And dare I say, great call by Greg. Here's James.
You know, let me tell you, Greg Chavez Jr., he is an amazing official, and he is a championship.
He is a championship official.
And he's also doing JUCO basketball, so he knows his stuff, and he is an amazing official, and I enjoy calling.
Here's a Comfort Fit Dentures three-point shot by Smith, and now that ties the game. Now back to your point is when we talk about great officials, some of these guys are great coaches. I'm going to say about Greg Chavez Jr.'s. There's a 15-foot jumper by Brett Kosei, and that's going to be 2 points, and that puts the Falcons back on top, 26-24. As amazing of an official as he is in football, an umpire in softball, and an official in basketball, even better person.
Great person.
Just good to be around. The whole family is good.
Absolutely.
Some of you listening will know his dad, Greg Chavez Sr., and just shy of 50 years officiating. Not only has he been officiating my games in high school, he's been officiating my entire life plus.
Correct.
And the amount of people and youth he's seen go through the White Mountains, utterly amazing. And when you talk about Junior, his son being a state championship official, one of the cool things is he got to call that championship game with Senior, his dad.
With his dad.
And that's a steal by the Falcons. Here come the Falcons up 26-24. And that's going to be number 30. Yazzie sends it in. That's a steal. Panana with the steal. Panana, 8-foot jumper off the glass. No good. Rebound, David. That's going to be whistled. We're going to get a foul. And David looks like he's going to go to the line to add to his point total. 26-24, 5 minutes, 46 seconds left here in the third quarter.
And there are so many great officials in this area. You can't name them all, but let me tell you, another great official that's on this mountain is Paul Hancock. Paul Hancock is an amazing official as well. He's a state championship official. Great mentor as well. Amazing official. I mean, I can sit here and go down the line. Quinn Ashton. Quinn Ashton's another great official.
Brian
Lang. He's a championship official. Another great mentor. Another great official.
David's fouled and goes to the line to shoot two. He puts his first one in. And it's almost hard to name them because you forget so many. When we were talking about this before the game as we were preparing for the broadcast, here's David's second free throw. It is good. That makes the score 26-26. As we were naming officials in different sports and multiple sports, and just so many guys that we get to work with in different and see in different aspects. It's and by the way, folks, if you're a little detested with a call or think that you might have something to give, go to aionline.org and click on becoming an official. Get a little bit of training, a little bit of help, and come out here and join these fine men and women who do this on a regular basis. We get a whistle and we get a foul, tied 26, and that's going to be on 32. That's going to be whistled on Kosei, and Kosei's going to get his, I believe that's his second personal, but that is the fourth team, Randall, of this quarter already. Yes. That is his first. And it's 26-26, 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. But back to that.
Back to what you were saying. We need officials.
And that's David. That's Isaac David with another 2 points finish.
We do get paid. We don't make millions and thousands of dollars to do this. We do it because we enjoy doing what we do. But we could use the extra help. it's, we spend a lot of time and hours through a week. I mean, there's days where we're calling 12 games in a week,
right.
2 nights a week for 6 days. It's a long haul.
The ball's intended inside for ALCHESAY, and we get a foul on Smith, as now ALCHESAY is going to get the inbound ball down 28-26 for one of the first times in the game since the opening, and that's going to be an air ball, and that's going to be a rebound by the Bulldogs, and that's going to be Isaac Panana at the end of that sequence, and he's going to put down a Comfort Fit Dentures 3-point shot, and we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it to the Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you: Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Welcome back to Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. And after that sequence of events and the timeout by the Falcons, they are going to inbound. Coach Koklish wanted a timeout there. The Falcons are going to inbound. They're down now 31-26 for the first time in this game. They're chasing a deficit of more than 2 points. Ball's into Texas James. James now back to Dosala. Dosala over to Antonio, back to Dosala. Dangerous long court pass to James. James now drives the lane inside to number 25, Truex. Truex puts it up, no good. Rebound is by Dosala. Dosala gets it, no good. Now the Bulldogs have it. 3 minutes and 58 seconds left, 31-26. The Winslow Bulldogs are on top as David goes down. He drives. It's going to go off the tip. And they're going to say that number 20, Joseph Lee, stepped out of bounds. Ball back to the Falcons, down 5. 31-26 with 3 minutes and 48 seconds left. Dosala with the ball. Dosala over to Truex. Now to Goodek. Back to Antonio. Antonio drives the lane. He's going to get whistled, but it's going to be a foul. If he would have gone up with that, he might have got the advantage of 2 points. That's going to be on Smith. And we got to watch that foul count still on the Falcons, because anything they commit is going to put the Winslow Bulldogs at the line for 2. Here's Antonio to inbound. Antonio over to James. James now on the far side, over Antonio in front of his bench. Inside to Goodek. Goodek no good. Rebound. Bulldogs. Panana. Panana with the rebound. Now Panana really slowing it down. Yelling instructions to his team. Up 31-26. As we're going to have to get a whistle and we're going to get a reset on the shot clock, as that's going to bring Winslow over to inbound, and they do get a fresh shot clock after crossing the time stripe. And folks, we got to remind you, the shot clock is a human. There is an error element of it, but we do appreciate having it in high school ball.
Absolutely, and there's times, sometimes it can get complicated. However, we as officials, that clock is sometimes non-existent, but it is there. And we really don't have a lot of shot clock violations during the ball game. However, the state says we will have them, and that's what we'll do.
As Winslow goes around from David, and that's over to Lee, and Lee loses it out of bounds. Falcons now down 31-26 with the ball. 3 minutes left in this third quarter. A chance to come back. As we're going to have, that's going to be Dosala drive the lane, and I thought Dosala might have got hit on the arm. He doesn't get hit on the arm. Great no call by the officials. It just goes out of bounds. Now the Falcons get the ball down 31-26. 2 minutes and 51 seconds left in the third quarter. Antonio to inbound. Antonio now comes off the inbound, gets the ball back. He puts up a three-pointer, no good. And that's going to be a rebound on, as we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a technical foul. I think the foul is going to be on number 1, Texas James. However, the technical, I think, is going to fall to the ALCHESAY Falcons. We're going to go back to watch the replay on this.
There's the
as
foul.
I believe James.
And then he pushes again the second time.
So James is going to be credited for both of those fouls, as that's going to put Winslow at the line to shoot, because they will get the advantage of the 5th foul, so they get the 2 shots, and then they're going to get the advantage of the technical foul as well. So I didn't see, was that both on David?
Yes, it was on the same player, yes.
So no, was David the... David's first free throw is good. So we have the 1-and-1, or the 2 shots, and his second one is good. And now we'll shoot. Now we'll shoot the other 2. I think. I'm not. Yeah, they're correcting it. It's a 2-shot foul because it's the 5th team.
It should be the 15th foul plus the technical.
So there should be a 4-shot sequence.
15 foul.
So Randall, but my comprehension of that, number 22, Nez, who was fouled, should have shot those first. Then the technical should have come second.
That is correct.
But they did not realize that we were in a shot. So the officials are trying to sort it out here. As the lane, I'm surprised the lane hasn't been cleared. And all it is let the men get the call right. And so sure enough, we knew exactly. And we have the advantage of books right in front of us, and we're next to the scores table, and we're looking at the shot clock. So should be he should have shot first. As Mr. Anselmo and I are sitting here, our official's knowledge, Mr. Jonah Beach came over and was actually conferring with us about the sequence right there. As did he make both of those, Randall?
You know, I was watching and listening to Jonah Beach on that to see if.
As we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a foul.
Nope, we're going to get a travel on this one, Huey.
We're going to get a travel.
We got a travel.
He did miss one of those, but he made the other one. So 34-26, as I triple check my math, as James gets the ball. James in the corner to Dasala. 3-point shot, no good. Rebound. That is Jaden Curtis with a monster rebound as he gives it to Panana. And Randall, do you notice Winslow is doing everything they can to slow this pace? Now up 8, 34-26. As there's a give it a go, David to Panana. And that is an absolute fundamental basketball move. As now Winslow extends the lead to 10. Don't count out the Falcons. Here they come. As James hits the ball, we're going to whistle. We're going to get a foul. And that's going to be on number 22, Dalen Nez. So Randall, I don't care. They ended up getting the call right. Nez should have shot first, and then David would have come in and shot the technical.
That is correct. They should have did the common foul and then the technical. However, the officiating crew was unaware that first foul pushed them into the 5th.
Because it wasn't very far. It was not as far into the quarters when you normally get that 5th foul. So we have a 10-point ball game, 36-26. Bulldogs on top of the ALCHESAY Falcons. As now we have Gooddick with the ball. Gooddick throws it inside to James. James puts it up, and that's a hard foul as James goes to the ground, and it's going to be shooting. James going to go to the line to shoot a couple. And Randall, story of the quarter. ALCHESAY halftime, 24. They scored one field goal this quarter, not even a free throw to count. This is the first chance they've had to put up more points. Wow. As the only field goal of the quarter has been Kosei, and that was about 5 minutes ago. Here's James's first free throw. Good.
And I will tell you, but if you've been watching this probably the last minute, ALCHESAY has been pushing, trying to get Winslow off of their defense, out of sequence with their defense, and pushing and pushing and pushing and trying to get back. But again, missed field goal, this is going to hurt them.
That's going to be off the mark on the second free throw. David's going to get the rebound. It's going to go down. Panana! Isaac Panana, Comfort, Fit Dentures, 3-point shot, 39-27. Winslow on top of ALCHESAY. 1 minute, 31 seconds left. as the ball goes to Antonio. Antonio to James. Back to Antonio. Over on the far side. Now to Antonio to Dosala. Dosala at the top of the key. Inside. And I did not see who that was.
35.
That was number 35. That was Goodek. Goodek's first points of the game. Couldn't come at a better time. 39-29. 10-point lead. A minute left. Minute 8 left in the third quarter. As now we have Curtis with the ball. Curtis to Panana. Panana slowing things up for the Bulldogs. Henry Cole set to check in as there's David. David drives the lane, puts up a floater, no good rebound. Goodek. Goodek saves his own pass. Now to James. James pushes it now. As James pushes it. As James goes inside to Yazi, back to Goodek, out of bounds, and it's going to belong to the ALCHESAY Falcons. They say last tip by the Winslow Bulldogs. They're going to say it was tipped by David. David doing a pretty good job of trying to sell the officials on that call. As Micah Yazi going to check in for the Falcons.
Now, I don't know if you guys can hear this through our microphones, but it is absolutely deafening in this building right now. It is extremely loud.
I know we just got word from our producer Mel in the truck that it is loud. As that goes into number 4, that's going to be Cole. Cole puts it up. We're going to whistle, we're going to get a foul, and that's going to go against Nez. And I think that might be Nez's third personal. Here we go, and that's a 5, so no matter what, Cole is going to go to the line to shoot 2. That is only his second. Nez's second. As I'm turned up my almost all way, and again, we're about 85% capacity. First free throw, good. 39-30. 35.2 seconds left. Winslow on top of ALCHESAY. Bulldogs over the Falcons, 39-30. Cole at the line. Second free throw is good.
They're going to chip away at this lead. Now they're only down by 8.
ALCHESAY putting on the press. We got David inbound to Curtis. Now David bringing down the ball. David on the near side. David now goes, moves to the top of the key. David now looks to drive. David back out to Curtis. Curtis going to be a travel. And Coach Goklish finally showed some expression in front of us here. As Coach Goklish looking as we're going to have Nez check in for Curtis. As I think that might have been, Randall, I think that might have been a little bit of fatigue as Coach Goklish telling his team to look at that clock. Shot clock not a factor. 22.2 seconds left. There's the ball to Cole. Now to Antonio. Back to Cole. Over now to Dawson. Love this crowd wanting something. 9 seconds, 8 seconds. Back to Cole. 3-point shot. Way off the mark. Here comes Winslow. 2 seconds. 1 second. And that goes no good. And we're going to have Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Hey, it's Joe Gargiulo from Horn Auto Center on the Deuce in Sholo. Everybody knows me as Joe G. So I have 2 grown kids. One of them's in school right now to be a firefighter. The other one works at a legal office. I enjoy walks with my wife. I have recently found coin collecting to be my newest interest. So I've been here at Horn Auto Center in the automotive industry for 10 years. I recently won the General Motors Mark of Excellence Award. I love helping my friends and family right here in this community, so I look forward to seeing you down here at Horn Auto Center real soon.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
Welcome back to Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as we get started at Northland Pioneer College tip-off. When it comes time to tip off your college education, tip it off the college with the lowest tuition in the state, now offering bachelor's degree in business and education. As Mark Morrison, 1998 hit, Return to the Mac, rains down over the crowd this evening. As ALCHESAY, according to the rules of alternating possession in NFHS basketball, are going to inbound the ball down 39-31, 7 minutes and 57 seconds left. As number 12, that is Dosala with the ball. Over to Max Antonio, back to Dosala. Over on the far side to Goodek. Goodek back to Dosala. Dosala looking. Now to Cole. Cole back to Dosala. Inside to Goodek. Goodek puts it on the floor. Almost has it taken away. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Sends it forward to Dosala. Dosala drives. Passes it off to Antonio. No good. Rebound. As we get a whistle, Randall, I didn't even hear the whistle.
I couldn't hear the whistle.
As we're going to get a whistle, we're going to get a foul. We could not even hear the whistle at this point in the ball game. As ALCHESAY, so they're going to call, let's see who they put it up as. ALCHESAY is going to inbound. They're going to call that on Curtis. Here's Goodake with the ball after the inbound. Sends it forward to number 4, Cole. No good on the three-point shot. Back out to Dosala. Dosala. Now to Antonio. Back to Cole. Cole drives left, and he sends it inside. And
Man,
that is missed.
Cannot get that.
That is missed by
rock to
Cole,
drop.
and it's rebounded by the Winslow Bulldogs. Panana with the ball. Panana forward to Bia. Bia now to David. David back to Smith.
ALCHESAY has got to capitalize.
Smith now right about half court, inside the half court circle. Say it again, Randall.
They have to capitalize on those easy shots. They have got to make sure they're hitting their mark.
And there's Isaac Panana with a three-point miss, as we're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a travel, as that's going to be a travel called on Goodake. And Randall, it looked like Goodake was turning around, and he saw Panana there, and Panana coming forward caused him to make that travel, as Winslow is going to get possession. 6 minutes and 36 seconds left, 39-31. Still, folks, anybody's ball game at this point.
And he could have very easily taken an offensive foul on himself for that, because the guy had the opponent had his legal guarding position. So if he had gone into him further, he could have very easily taken a foul on that.
Here's a jump shot by David, and that's going to be good, and that's going to extend the lead just a little bit, as it's 41-31. 6 minutes and 12 seconds left as Cole goes. Cole drives. He's going to put up, that is Dosala. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul, and that's going to be on number 11. Rylan Bia as number 42. Karen Duncan checks in the game for the ALCHESAY Falcons. Here's Dosala with the ball. Dosala at the top of the key. 29 seconds on the shot clock. He sends it to Antonio, back to Dosala. Over here on the far side to Cole. Cole back to Dosala, three-point shot. No good, off the mark. Rebound is Antonio. Antonio back up with it. He is blocked. Blocked by David. Isaac David with the monster block goes forward to Smith. Smith puts it up. That's another 2 points for Jay Smith for the Winslow Bulldogs. As now Cole pushes the ball for the Falcons. Cole now sends it over to Goodake. Goodake now drives left, drives right, kicks it off his feet. Panana with it. Panana throws it forward to Bia. Bia now being chased. Bia puts it up and in. No good. Rebound is Antonio. Antonio now sends it forward to Duncan. Duncan puts it up. That is going to fall for Duncan. 2 points for Kieran Duncan. He is fouled. Gets to go to the line for an and one. Winslow 43. ALCHESAY 33. 5 minutes and 21 seconds left in this ball game. Randall, while Duncan's at the line, give again the take on this atmosphere tonight. If you like high school sports, you need to experience this once in your lifetime. This is so, and you know, the hospitality by the ALCHESAY personnel, the team has just been fantastic. And Winslow coming up here bringing their crowd, but it's definitely a White River crowd tonight. As Kieran Duncan's free throw is no good.
Man.
As Smith gets the rebound, that bounces off, and we're going to get a whistle. And Mr. Chavez Jr. says, no, that belongs to the ALCHESAY Falcons. 43-33, 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. James back in the game. James the inbound. James over to Dosala. Dosala now to Cole. As we get a whistle and we get an official timeout. I believe the shot clock didn't go, Randall, so it didn't. They put the shot clock at 30 seconds, which seems just about appropriate. Now the Falcons inbound the ball, and that's Dosala. And Randall, the ALCHESAY crowd wants this team to go as it goes inside to Duncan. Duncan puts it up, no good, rebound, David. David now gives it. No, David fakes it to Panana. Now he passes to Panana. Panana brings it over center court as almost a carry by Panana as he ends up turning it over to Duncan anyway, as Duncan, some fancy ball work, as Duncan gets it to Goodake. Gooding now drives. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a foul. As Gooding is going to get called for the offensive foul on number 40, Jay Smith. And that's going to go against the team fouls. But still, 10-point ball game. Bulldogs on top of the Falcons. 4 minutes and 45 seconds left, 43-33. Bulldogs on top of the Falcons as Panana is going to inbound. Panana looking. Now he gives it to Smith. Smith pushes it forward. Haven't seen the push out of Winslow this quarter. But Winslow, he has it knocked away. Dossela with the steal. Dossela gives it to Duncan. Now Dossela gets the ball back. Dossela in. That's to Cole. Cole inside to number 30, Micah Yazzie. 2 points, Micah Yazzie. 43-35. ALCHESAY in the push. As we get a whistle, we're going to get a foul, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Smith. As look at that replay, Randall. Smith just got the ball and took that step as that defensive positioning had already been established.
Correct, and that was what we were talking about earlier in the ball game, that he could have taken that charge, and Greg had great guarding position. It was awesome.
We're going to go ahead and take a break. The Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
Welcome back to Shola Forge presentation of high school basketball on iTalk1067.com. Randall, to your point right there.
We were talking about the legal guarding position and how the one player got there and he ended up getting a travel. Well, this particular play was kind of sort of the same thing, but he was there and he turned and went right into him, and the official felt like that was a charge. I absolutely agreed with him.
As ALCHESAY gets the ball back, it's going to end up in the hands of Yazzie. Yazzie's going to send it to James. James over to Dossela. Dossela drives, and now inside to Duncan. 2 points, Kieran Duncan for the ALCHESAY Falcons, 43-37. Here come the Falcons. As Panana gets the ball, we're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a foul. And that's going to be a foul on, they're going to call it number 12, and that's something I don't see very often, but I love it. And that's basically the official telling the coach, get him out of the game or he's going to get a foul. And Coach Goklish wasting no time.
And it's not necessarily a foul. He's going to get a technical.
He did get the foul, but that's his 4th. That's the 4th on Dossela, but he didn't want him to get that 5th foul right there. And good job on the officials of defusing it. Here come the Bulldogs. There's Bia to Smith, back to Bia. Bia to Panana.
And just to let people know, we as officials, we have that tool in our belt. We have that tool in our belt that we can go to a coach and go, hey, sit him down, cool him off a little bit, and let him come back into the game, because if not, something bad is going to happen.
As we're going to get David to Smith. Smith's going to miss the three-pointer. It's going to be rebounded by the Falcons. We're going to get a foul on the Bulldogs. That's going to be on David, and we're going to see how many fouls that is on David. That is 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. That is the 3rd on David, 43-37. But it is ALCHESAY's ball. But, Randall, that is the 15th foul. So, this is huge, too. Micah Yazzie comes to the line to put 2 free throws on, and free throws have not been ALCHESAY's friend in this quarter.
And let me tell you, this, if they can capitalize on their free throws, this could very well get ALCHESAY right back into this tight ball game. Even though we're only 6-point differential, ALCHESAY could capitalize on this. Now we're at 5 points.
That's Micah's. Micah makes his second one. As here's the inbound to Smith. Smith now to Bia. Crowd wanted to travel. Bia now to Smith. Smith travels, crosses the chime strike. 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. 43-38. Bulldogs ahead. Smith now to his left. Drives the lane. Wide open shot. Mid-range jumper. Jay Smith, mid-range jumper for the Bulldogs. Good. 45-38. 3 minutes and 5 seconds left. Here comes Antonio. Antonio double team. Now over to Yazzie. Ball ends up back to Yazzie. Yazzie drives, puts it up, kisses it off the glass, no good. Rebound Antonio. Antonio puts it up. It is no good, but he's going to go to the line. As Max Antonio. As Randall, we not only don't know the outcome of this game, because it just still seems like anyone's game, we got to name a glass man of the game, a driver of the game, and a player of the game. And it's just going to be absolutely tough.
It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be able to pull those out and be able to talk to one of them. Maybe we can even get Kyle to come over and give us a few words of how they at the end of the ball game, one way or the other. But yes, we still got to get some other plays in.
Second free throw by Antonio is good. 45-39, 6-point advantage. And Smith comes in. Smith gets the inbound back to Bia, back to Smith. Over the top to Curtis. Curtis now back to Bia. Bia crosses over center court. Bia drives left, drives right. Now he goes back out to Smith. Smith about at the 28-foot line. Now Smith comes to the top of the key. Smith holds it, sends it inside to David. We're going to get a whistle and we're going to get a foul. That's going to be the third team foul on ALCHESAY. I did not see who they called that foul on.
Number 30.
That is number 30. That is going to be on Yazzie. As Bulldogs to inbound. Panana to inbound. He inbounds to David. David now twists, looking for Smith. Smith now drives the lane. Smith puts it up off the glass. That's going to be good. Jay Smith coming in clutch in this fourth quarter. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a blocking foul. Now Randall, back to the replay. He did not establish his position. He came into him.
That's correct. That's correct. He was blocking his path that he is legal to. He has the capability of taking to stay to his path, and he kept him from going there.
And this is going to be Antonio's 2 free throws. He's shot 1 this quarter. As folks, we got a bunch of stuff to do in our postgame show, and I don't know how many timeouts both teams have, but I expect most of them to be used coming up. As he misses his first one, 47-39. Bulldogs on top of ALCHESAY. Second free throw is good.
ALCHESAY's only chasing 7.
Bia to Smith. Smith to Curtis. Knocked away by the Falcons. Texas James. James goes up. We're going to get a whistle, and we're going to get a foul. And they're going to call that on Bia. And that's going to be a 2-shot foul as Texas James is going to go to the line to shoot a couple. We're going to take a look one more time at that replay, folks. And Randall, that's the same thing we've been talking about over and over again, and we see it perfectly clear. And a great job by our camera crew on getting the rebate. On the replay, Texas James, first shot is in. That's going to check in Paciuli. And I don't believe Paciuli's come in, and he's going to come in for Antonio. And by the way, that is the 4th foul on... I believe that's the 4th foul on Bia. As we're getting to whistle, we're getting a timeout. We're going to go ahead and take it. This is Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Love sports? Love being part of the action? Imagine having the best seat in the house, calling the plays, and connecting with fans. As a play-by-play announcer, you'll be the voice that brings the excitement to life. You'll network with athletes and coaches, sharpen your skills, and even travel to exciting venues. It's your chance to turn your passion for sports into a thrilling career. Ready to make it happen? Text the word sports to 928-434-0101 to apply now.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at sholoford.com.
Welcome back, Shola Ford's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com as Texas James shoots his second free throw. It is no good. Rebound is Curtis. Curtis to Smith. Now here come the Bulldogs. Over to David. We're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a foul, and that's going to be the Falcons' 4th team foul. And that's going to be on number 5, Paciuli. As here's Smith. They're going to inbound the ball right in front of our bench here. Excuse me, right in front of our table. 47-41, 6-point advantage for the Bulldogs. Smith the inbound back to Bia. And Bia's going to lose it, and it's going to go out of bounds. And we're going to have Antonio check back in. And Pachuli's going to come out of the game, and Randall, I wonder if Antonio's in there for shooting, defense, or ball handling.
You know, I'm not sure, but Kyle put him on the end of the bench right here, knowing he was going to put him right back into the game.
Inbound is Yazi to Dawsela, back to Antonio. And he goes, he's going to, three-point shot. No good. Rebound, Antonio. Whistle, and we're going to get a foul, and that's going to go. I believe that is on BN. Randall, I think that might be Bia's 15th foul.
It could very well be.
That is a huge, not only do they go to the line, and that's going to put Antonio at the line, that is his 5th personal foul. And with a minute 51 seconds left, Rylan Bia has fouled out for the Winslow Bulldogs. Pachuli's going to check back in, except he's checking back in for Antonio. So Antonio's set to shoot a couple. As you know, Randall, as you look at my scorebook, as here's his first free throw, as you look down my book, it's very concentrated on Winslow with a few players. ALCHESAY, the entire team, has spread the wealth tonight and done what they could. As they, first free throw is no good, down 47-41 with a minute 51 left. Antonio to shoot his second free throw. No good, and he's going to go over the line. That's going to belong to the Bulldogs as Pachuli checks in for Antonio. And he's going to take a spot on the end of the bench. Oh no, he does. Coach Goklish does move him down. Smith to inbound for the Bulldogs, up 47-41. Smith's inbound. Now Smith, and it goes to David. Back to Smith. Smith now brings it. Smith is top of the key. Smith drives the lane. Now kicks it out to Curtis. Curtis over to Nez. Nez over all the way around now to David. David shuffling it back towards the top of the key. Now to Panana. Panana left, right now. Panana drives. Panana puts it up. That's going to be no good. He's going to be fouled. As not a horrible foul by the Falcons, because it does put them at the line. It gives them their 15. So we're going to see what happens here. I have no idea where we're at timeout-wise by these coaches.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But if they've got any of them, they're going to use, especially Kyle. He's going to use to try to save this clock a little bit.
Panana's first free throw is good. That makes it 48-41, 7-point advantage. Minute 27 left here in the fourth quarter. Panana's second free throw is, that's good as well. As Panana puts it in.
And he shows that Winslow's got 1 and ALCHESAY's got 4.
ALCHESAY with the slow inbound. The clock has started now, down 49-41. Minute 25 left. As Yazi drives the lane, Yazi has it knocked away. Nez with the rebound. Nez sends it back to Panana. Now Coach Gokla is shuffling his team up to put some pressure on. Now to Nez. Nez, we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get a foul, and they're going to call that on Yazi. And ALCHESAY facing a mountain now. It was a hill. Now it's turning into a mountain.
Well, with the minute and 14 seconds, they're down 8. It's still possible. They could jump right back into this with some a couple solid 3-point shots.
There's Nez's first free throw. It is no good. Dalen Nez first free throw is off the mark.
And we don't want to take nothing away from the ALCHESAY shooters, because they do have a couple amazing 3-point shooters.
Nez's second free throw is good. Here come the Falcons pushing it down 9. Over to Texas James. Texas James 3-point shot. It's way off the mark. Rebound Curtis. Curtis now to Panana. And that mountain just turned into almost Everest right now, but Everest has been climbed thousands of times. As there's Panana. Panana into David. David loses it. It's gained by Nez. Nez now brings it out. Nez trying to draw the foul. Now back to Smith. Smith over to Panana, inside to Curtis. Curtis moves up and in. That's 52-41, 11-point lead, 40 seconds left. And Winslow telling his players to get back, and we're going to whistle, we're going to get a foul. So that's going to be a foul on Panana. Panana's going to go to the line to shoot another 2. Up 52-41. And that last 2 points by Curtis underneath was huge. Here's Panana at the line. As Antonio gets set to check back in. 36 seconds left, 52-41. The score is a little bit, his first free throw is good. The score is not very indicative right now of how good of a game it was, because now you start to see some of the fans file out as Panana goes to the line to shoot his second free throw. Stay tuned, folks. We have our post-game show. We're going to have our glassman of the game, our Deemer's glass man of the game, our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game, and our Horn Auto Center drive of the game.
You know, I'm looking over your shoulder, Huey, and I'm kind of figuring that maybe Isaac David could be our...
I'd say David and Smith. Smith probably our glassman, or David our glassman, Smith our player of the game, but you can't discount these ALCHESAY had just such a team effort.
Yeah.
Even coming up a little bit short, but we'll go into our post-game show and we'll talk about it, as Antonio's first free throw is good. As he goes to the line to shoot another, this will be his 8th free throw of the half. As his second free throw is good. 53-43, 10 points. As Panana ends up, Panana way over to David. David now dribbles out. Panana, as we're getting a whistle, we're getting an official timeout. Now Winslow's going to get 20 seconds with the fresh shot clock. I anticipate ALCHESAY trying to get a quick foul. As Smith inbounds to Panana, way back in the backcourt. Here comes Panana. Panana now, and has it stolen by Gudek. Gudek puts it up, no good, as it's rebounded by Yazzie. Yazzie for 2 points, 8-point lead, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. As here's Smith, as the game is going to end with ALCHESAY falling to the Winslow Bulldogs.
Wow.
Didn't count, as we saw that last one go up. The Bulldogs victorious, 53-45 over the ALCHESAY Falcons. Folks, we're going to segue into our post-game show.
What a shot.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
This is iTalk 106.7's presentation.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Hi, I'm Dr. Arno. I might not be comfortable on the basketball court, but I promise, at Comfort Fit Dentures, you'll feel comfortable. Always.
Comfort Fit Dentures has dentures starting at $499 with payment plans, and they have 2 labs, meaning you get your dentures in days instead of weeks. Call Comfort Fit Dentures today to schedule a free exam and x-ray. 928-888-0002. 928-888-0002.
Welcome back to Shoulder Forge Presentation of High School Basketball on iTalk1067.com, as we're going to do our post-game show. And first, we're going to award our Horn Auto Center drive of the game. And Randall, I talked about that third quarter, and that third quarter where the Winslow Bulldogs pulled themselves back in the game.
They absolutely did. They came back out of halftime, and they were right back into this. Now, we're joined by...
we're going to go first with our Deemer's Glass.
Sorry, my bad.
And that's our the glass for your home or business. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, hands down the best place to call when you need quality glass, affordable prices. Deemer's Glass in Lakeside, 1-888-GLASSMAN. And our glass man of the game is going to be Jay Smith for the Winslow Bulldogs. Number 40, 13 points, an amazing game. But we got to segue into our Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint player of the game. And we are joined by him right now, and that is number 32 with 17 points on the night for the Winslow Bulldogs, and that's Isaac David. Tell us about this win.
This is a great win. As you know, we got blown out at home, and that didn't really sit well to us, so we all pulled together and said, you know, we're going to steal this win.
I've watched you all year, and one thing that I've got to ask you now that we've got you is you seem to play perimeter, inside, and you play all of them very well. Is that your game, or is that just something you're called upon by your team to do?
The past 3 years, I was just strictly post. All I did was post up, rebound. This is the first year I'm actually out in the perimeter, and I never really had a perimeter game, so I kind of worked on it in the summer, and I got it now, and now I feel confident dribbling the ball, passing it. So
you look good doing it. So you reached a milestone this year in your career as a Bulldog. Tell us about that.
Say that again?
You reached a milestone this year. Didn't you get a number of points that you had?
Oh, 1,000 points? Yeah.
Yes, and yeah, you perked up when I said that. Congratulations on that.
Congratulations.
That is amazing. We look forward to seeing you.
Hey, I have just a quick question for you. You know, I talked to you. I talked to your coach right before the game and asked him some key points about what was going to make the drive to get this win. And he said to me, he goes, "We need to be focused." And by where I was sitting, you guys seem to be focused. Were you guys focused? And by just going off of what you're saying, at that loss from your hometown, and you're coming up here, you guys were more focused in tonight's game to make sure that you pulled off that win?
Yeah, we were focused. As we all know, we took that loss very, very personal, and we all come together and said we're going to steal this win. And when we all come together, it's a dangerous team we are.
I agree. I absolutely agree.
So, real quick, who is the teammate in practice that pushes you the most?
Isaac Panana. He's really yelling at us every practice. I try to be, but I'm just...
You know, he had a great night. It was those 2 3-pointers in the third quarter were huge on getting you guys back in the game. You guys went into halftime down. You went into, you were down by 10 points at one point, and you guys were able to fight back, and a big reason was him. So that's the kind of player Isaac is all the time?
Yeah. Tonight he really came out. We kind of went down a little bit, but he's back now.
Well,
so he had a good game.
Folks, we appreciate Isaac David joining us on the broadcast. He is our Mountain Mobile Autoglass and Tint player of the game. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to the Bulldog.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you. I'll give you a shake. Appreciate it. We look forward to seeing you. Thanks for joining us, and go join your team and enjoy this victory. Safe travels.
Thank you.
Folks, we appreciate Isaac David, the senior, joining us. We've had a few broadcasts where he's been our player of the game. We get to join tonight. So, real quick, our Deemer's Glass class man of the game is Jay Smith. Need glass for your home or business? Deemer's Glass in Lakeside is hands down the best place to call when you need quality glass at affordable prices. Deemer's Glass, 1-888-GLASSMAN. Our Horn Auto Center drive of the game is that third quarter, which he talked about. Isaac Panana, Isaac David, just making things work. And finally, our Mountain Mobile Autoglass and Tint player of the game, Isaac David. 17 points on the night, just a monster effort. Defense, offense, doing it all, but also being a great team player. So, anyway, parting thoughts, Randall.
Parting thoughts. You know, this was a great hard-fought ball game. I kind of knew this was what was going to happen. I didn't quite expect the spread to be as wide as it was.
It just got wide there in the end.
In the end, but it was a great ball game. The atmosphere made it even a lot more better.
Yeah, so you got to experience it. When you love high school sports, you got to experience one of these games like this once in a while. So
absolutely. For
all our cameramen, for Daniel, Robin, Jeff, Mel and the Truck's producer, Randall Anselmo for joining me. I'm Aaron Hewish. This has been Show LaForge's presentation of high school basketball on italk1067.com.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Want to go skiing or snowboarding? Visit our friendly Honda Outdoor Sports. We offer skis, snowboards, and helmet rentals, custom footbeds, ski and snowboard repairs, as well as retail shopping for your snow gear, goggles, beanies, snow tubing, and even ice fishing supplies. We have all you need to prepare you for the outdoors. We welcome you to Honda Outdoor Sports, located 1 mile west of the casino.
Mountain Mobile Autoglass and Tint now has 3 locations to serve you. Snowflake, Lakeside, and now Sholo. And with over 85 years combined experience in auto glass and over 40 years of combined experience in window tint, you can trust the experts at Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint with your vehicle. Call them today.
Just call 536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Hey, it's Joe Gargiulo from Horn Auto Center on the Deuce in Sholo. Everybody knows me as Joe G. So I have two grown kids. One of them's in school right now to be a firefighter. The other one works at a legal office. I enjoy walks with my wife. I have recently found coin collecting to be my newest interest. So I've been here at Horn Auto Center in the automotive industry for 10 years. I recently won the General Motors Mark of Excellence Award. I love helping my friends and family right here in this community, so I look forward to seeing you down here at Horn Auto Center real soon.
Northland Pioneer College is cheering for you on and off the field. Secure a win by enrolling in college courses at NPC. Earn college credits in high school, learn a new skill or trade. Complete classes that will transfer to any Arizona university. NPC has 3 new bachelor's degree programs and over 100 associate degrees, certificates, and areas of study to choose from. The playing field for your future is wide open. Take a shot and score big by enrolling in classes at NPC. Northland Pioneer College. Your journey starts here.
At Summit Healthcare, you'll find a level of care you might not expect from a rural hospital. We've recently received 5 stars from CMS, a prestigious ranking that less than 5% of facilities in Arizona earned. Our cancer center has proven its level of advanced care with a national accreditation from the Commission on Cancer. And we continue to add more doctors and services so that you don't have to leave the mountain to find the care you need. At Summit Healthcare, we're elevating care here at home.
This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 KNKI Pinetop and iTalk1067.com. Brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware of the White Mountains, Deemer's Glass, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center, Horn Auto Center, Honda Ski and Outdoor Sports, and Comfort Fit Dentures. This broadcast has been a copyrighted production of iTalk 106.7 and Country Mountain Airwaves, a Kopaniki communication station. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or use of this broadcast without the express written consent of iTalk 106.7 or Country Mountain Airwaves is strictly prohibited. For more information on this game and other games around the region, go to iTalk1067.com.